Hey everyone, John from Nintendo Life here, and every day I wake up and I realise that new Pokémon Snap was not a fever dream. This game is really happening, and it's 1 month away! We've been asking for this game for decades, and it's so close now. And the lovely people at Nintendo and Pokémon Company were kind enough to give us an extended preview of the game. Now, because of that whole pandemic thing, we couldn't play the game ourselves. But we did see a ton, and some of it we can show you, and other things we can explain with words to you. So here's what we saw. First off, there was the tutorial. You start off just outside the professor's lab, and one of his assistants talks you through the controls. And when I say talks you through, I'm being quite literal, because this game has full voice acting. Here's a statement directly from Pokémon Company. New Pokémon Snap features voice acting in its cutscenes. Outside of these cutscenes, characters will have limited voice acting. Players can select to have characters' voices in Japanese or English. They can also turn off voice acting altogether. Players can toggle between these voice options at any point in the game. So this is something that's rather new to Pokémon games as a whole. Pokken had a few lines, but this is way more extensive. In this tutorial, every single line was voiced. During gameplay it's a bit more limited, like there'll be a big line of text and they'll say like, "Oh, way to go!" It's time. Like that. But it seems these story sections like this one here from the trailer will likely be fully voiced. Going back to the tutorial though, there was something else that was really cool. Gyro Controls. Gyro is entirely optional, so if you don't want it, you don't have to have it. I'm afraid to say that all the footage here is done with analog sticks, but if you wanted to play the game with motion, there's nothing stopping you. Frankly, Pokémon Snap is perfect for motion. One of the coolest things we learned is the more you play the game, the more Pokémon will appear. All of your rank pictures build towards field experience, and the higher your experience, the more busy your scenes will be. For instance, during one playthrough, these two Pikachus weren't there. But because this is much later in the game, now there's a bunch more going on. It seems there's going to be a lot of replay value in new Pokémon Snap. Not only that, but pretty much every level has a variant. We see the beach during day and night, but it was revealed to us that every level is going to have different variants. In trailers, we see the beach during a sunset as well, and while not every level is going to have the same amount of variants, it's not just time of day for all of them. We weren't told specifics, but expect to see a lot of surprises in there. Not only are there variants, but there's alternate routes as well. You can see here, the path splits, but do you carry on or go left? So not only do more Pokémon appear the more you play, not only are there level variants, but there's also alternate routes as well. There's seemingly a lot to do. You might wonder what this was too. That was a scan. This is a bit of a multi-purpose function. Scanning will highlight a bunch of things around you, whether it's Pokémon, things you can interact with, or alternate routes. But it also does this. A scan pulse gets the attention of Pokémon and basically makes them look at you. They can strike poses too. This is something brand new to Pokémon Snap. The Fluff Fruit, which is basically an apple, returns from the first game. Then there's Luminar Orbs. Now you've probably seen these can be used to make Pokémon light up, but there's another function too. You can throw these onto parts of the environment and Pokémon will interact with them. They didn't manage to get it in this footage here, but a Pokémon is hiding in this bush, and an illuminated plant is enough to bring them out. So do you start the game with all this stuff? Well, much like the first game, no. This is all gradually unlocked as the game goes on. And so I asked if thrusters from the first game will make a return, as they're not showcased here, and that's still unconfirmed. Interestingly, although the beach mirrors a lot of similarities with the first game, this won't be the first stage, mixing things up a bit. Now we know this game has both a male and female protagonist, but can you customize them? Here's what Pokémon Company said. When players start Pokémon Snap, they can pick their avatar from a selection of designs which feature various skin tones and eye colors. Once selected, players cannot change their appearance during the adventure. There is no clothing customization options available within the game. So it sounds like something akin to when you first start a game in Sword and Shield, just there's no further customization than that. And speaking of Sword and Shield, will this game have any bonuses if you own it or any other Pokémon game? Pokémon Company says no. There will not be any bonuses or benefits granted in the game for players if they have save data for other Pokémon games on Nintendo Switch. So this is just a Pokémon Snap adventure. Don't worry if you're not caught up with other games. Now, a small but cool gameplay difference I noticed is you can take pictures now without zooming in. In the first game, the A button was both the apples and the capture button. So when you're zoomed out, you throw an apple, but when you're zoomed in, you take a picture. Now, pictures and fruit are different buttons. You'll probably still want to zoom in to get the best pictures, but this is still great for those split-second decisions, like catching a Magikarp. It seems new Pokémon Snap is refining upon the first game in just about every area. the controls are more flexible with gyro and quick capture, there's more functions like the scan and luminar orbs, and there's so much more to do with each level having a variant and reasons to revisit each variant with more field experience giving you more Pokémon. It doesn't seem like there's much reason to be worried about replay value. Plus, there's the social aspect. Every picture you take can be shared online, and within the game people can see your pictures and like them. So even once you've played the game and taken your pictures, there's way more to do. And going off that, there's 2 ways you can edit your pictures too. First there's Resnap, and Pokémon Company says, players must first have their photos reviewed by Professor Mirror before moving on to the Resnap feature. Once the evaluation is complete, players can resnap all their captured photos, including the ones the Professor did not evaluate. So you won't gain more points for these, but you can make your pictures look a lot better. Resnap basically allows you to go into your shot and change aspects of it. You can crop it in, change the focus, give it a filter. It's like you're going back into a frozen portion of the game and just changing aspects. Again, this won't magically give you more points, but it can make your pictures look a lot better. Separate to Resnap, there's also photo editing, which allows you to put on filters and stickers and frames. This won't change the shot itself, but it can make it look a lot more fun. Look how happy Machamp is. If you're just sharing your captures to Twitter, that's absolutely fine, but if you're sharing within the game's online community, you are going to need a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, kinda par of the course of most Switch games. New Pokémon Snap is a game I've wanted for decades now, and everything we've seen so far is not only meeting my expectations, but exceeding them. It's so detailed and vibrant, and even every Pokémon seemingly eats the fluff fruit in a different way. We're going from the original Pokémon Snap's 63 Pokémon to over 200. The first game is still one I genuinely play every year, and looking back on it, there really isn't that much perceived replay value. It was the same stages with the Pokémon in the same place every time, but somehow that was still enough. However, new Pokémon Snap is coming in and making things far more dynamic. Not only is it much smoother with a better camera and gyro controls, but seemingly just about every visit is going to be different in some way. This is shaping up to be a really special game, and I can't wait until next month when it finally releases. So, what do you all think about these new details for new Pokémon Snap? What was your favourite thing you learned, and what more do you want to see? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to take a picture of that subscribe button and send it to Professor Mirror, who's going to rank it and give you a nice little score. And we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.